What's up, guys? My name is FJ, and a lot of you guys have been real active parts of our community for quite a while now, following us along this beautiful journey that has been this channel and this community. See, we started this channel about 3 years ago. I actually got the update saying it's been 3 years a couple weeks ago, and we've seen so much happen. Alongside starting the channel, we started our brand with FJ, and honestly, in 3 years, we've done a lot of different things and we've grown in very interesting ways. And I thought it was fitting to give you guys an update and, share the journey of what actually has happened over the course of Game with FJ and where Game with FJ is hopefully going into the future. Our journey begins when Zara, my wonderful wife, and I decided that during COVID, because our lives got derailed and we couldn't travel, and we were planning to travel before trying to have kids, we thought instead we'd do van life. So we got a van, we converted it, and we tried to do a lap of Australia. Now, while we were out in the wilderness doing these adventures and having fun, when we came back to the van at the end of the night, we often wanted to decompress. Zara liked watching TV and doing a bit of work on her laptop quietly, and I was playing video games. I loved it because being able to play games online gave me a much needed social connection. I was playing a lot of Apex Legends and other MMOs with randoms on the internet, and it was so good to just be still around people. And it was so awesome. While we were playing, we made a new friend. Now, he was spectacular. I haven't spoken to him, ironically, in a while. I absolutely should reach out to him. His name was PapaDeck. Now, PapaDeck was somebody who, at the time, had done a little bit of streaming, and he used to talk to me about it a lot, and actually encouraged me to get into streaming. So eventually, after a few weeks of gaming with him, I finally, took the leap. And I remember we'd both started streaming and trying to figure out streaming on YouTube at the same time as each other. So I remember late nights where I'd be on calls to him on Discord and we'd be trying to figure out how to make OBS work properly. And it was so funny. I loved the idea of being able to start streaming because it meant two things. One, it was another potential income stream. Zara and I weren't working on the road, so it was exciting to be able to see if maybe we could make something out of it. And two, I did a lot of youth work coming out of high school because I was an awkward kid and I really resonated with being able to positively enrich and guide other awkward kids. Well, yeah, other awkward kids. I wasn't an awkward kid anymore. I was an awkward adult. But it was so enriching and so satisfying to be able to help other people. Because I know that I struggled a great deal with my own journey. And so I saw the stream as an opportunity to engage with people. We had to practice a lot of cybersecurity, make sure that people weren't giving private info. But people could come over if they were having a bad day, bad week, and chat about their problems. And we were able to help a lot of people with that, and it was so rewarding. When we started streaming as FJ Kill. Some of you might remember that old name, FJ Kill. It used to be the name that I gamed under for years. But while we were trying to be positive and be doing this whole outreach online, it came to our attention that maybe the name didn't suit the mission. And that's where we ended up pivoting towards Game with FJ. And that was the spark that started the With FJ brand. Because since then, we've grown into Capture with FJ, Events with FJ, and all these other With FJ sub-brands, all built on the primary foundation of community outreach, doing good for our people, being a positive influence and role model, and helping people to strive for higher standards and be the best versions of themselves that they can be. That mission is taken across every one of our sub-brands. Every single one. And it's crazy because, we don't just do Game with FJ. As I said, it's Capture with FJ. We've got Climb with FJ, Events with FJ, Chat with FJ is sort of in the works. Rust with FJ. I think we've got Explore with FJ. There's a fair few with FJs, all trying to meet different needs of different people, but all built around that central mission. Now, moving into the future, we have big plans for what Game with FJ and with FJ as a whole stands for. Right now, I still work almost full time, and I do what I can for the community in the time around that, while balancing family and friends and my own responsibilities as a husband. And one day, I see our company, our brand, our organization, our movement being able to build into something really exciting. One day I hope to have our own building where we can create sort of a community space. We can obviously run the business, the photography side, the content creation, the gaming, any of our merchandise that we end up sort of running eventually, run all of that out of there, but also have a space where we can then run events. We can house people, run community and youth programs, and by having the time to do that full time, also put in the effort to build safe spaces online, be present, have a team helping us. It is that's been the dream for a few years now. We want to ultimately be building towards creating these spaces and, being actually able to positively impact the community the way that we otherwise wanted to from the beginning. Moving into 2026, we want to take the next steps into trying to make that future that we've envisioned a reality. We want to start making better, bigger, more important impacts within the lives of our community. And the way that we see ourselves doing that is with our next milestone, monetization. Game with FJ is already at 1,000 subscribers, and we're so close to being monetized. And the way that I see it, once we hit that milestone, we'll be able to reinvest and enrich the community. What's that look like? Well, that looks like being able to run giveaways so we can give back to the people who have supported us for so long. Means being able to put some money into the Discord server so that we can do more within that safe space, as well as start potentially running our own servers in games like Minecraft, Rust, Ark, any of these sort of games that let you create local sort of private servers. The idea being that we could start to lock down spaces that we have control of, spaces where we can dictate the level of care and safety that is available. A lot of the internet is a real toxic place. There's a lot of toxicity on the internet, and as much as there are some really awesome people trying to regulate what's being done, it's not enough. So we would love to try our hand at that and create these safe spaces where people can have fun, enjoy themselves, and not feel like they are at any risk of being in danger, either mentally, emotionally, or physically. Although it's really hard to be physically in danger in a video game, but you know what I mean. If that sounds like something that you want to see happen in 2026, then we need your help to build up to that point. See, to be monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours, which doesn't sound like much, but if you think about it, that's one of you watching an hour a day for about 10 years, right? One of you. So what do we need to do? Well, if you want to help us build up to something awesome, and right now we are at 1,000 watch time hours on the channel. So our goal is to start posting transparency content. Once a week, we're going to be sharing sort of where we're at in our goals, how many views we've had, what our watch time is. And that way, you guys know exactly where we're at and exactly what we're doing. And all I need from you guys is to just stay awesome. Keep watching the content the way you already are, and support and love what we are doing. On top of that, where it is possible, if you're, say, doing laundry or the dishes or you're doing homework, but you have a phone or a computer, available to you, hop onto the channel, pop one of our playlists on, and just leave it. You don't have to be watching the content even. Just have it on in the background if you want to be listening to us chatting about stuff, or just have it on in another room, because that would greatly help us to achieve our monetization goals. Ultimately, let me run this down for you. If one person watches 10 hours a day, it would take 400 days. If 10 people watched 10 hours a day, it would take 40 days. If 100 people watched 10 hours a day, it would only take 4 days. In theory, what we want to see is 100 people watching 10 hours per week. Because then that's 1,000 hours per week. And if we can do that, then we could be monetized before Christmas. And then starting the new year, we could start to reinvest, do giveaways, do all these exciting things. And that is what I want to build towards. You know, the channel was started to be able to enrich people. And this is our next natural step to be able to do more. Because right now, I'm kind of at capacity with what we can be doing. I can't afford to get people on to help me. I can't afford to, I don't know, have ads or whatever to try and boost the visibility and things like that. So this is the next natural step to be able to enrich the community and give back to you guys. I'm going to make sure that alongside this, I am doing my part. I'm trying to be more active, put in more effort into the community. I've got to try and be more consistent with my streams. I think that's one thing that holds us back. You guys have no idea when I'm going live. I'm going to try and schedule more streams in advance so you know exactly what to expect. And you guys, just be awesome. You're already doing great, and I look forward to seeing what we're able to do together, because ultimately we can do awesome things together. We're doing awesome things for the community so far, and I cannot wait to see what this next step brings. So stay awesome, God bless, and thank you so much for being on this journey with us, because it means the world to me that we have support of people like you. So thank you.